Dude, both my kids decided to take a Welcome to another episode of the LeverageStrong Show. I'm Chris Orsini, and joining us today is a very special guest, Joseph Wihbey from Productive. How you doing, Joseph?
Very good. Very good. Excellent pronunciation on the last name. That can go a lot of different ways, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you're reading it on the, in the video down in the corner, you probably didn't guess it was Wihbey. I wouldn't have guessed it was Wihbey unless you had told me.
I get a lot of Wihbey, I get
Yeah.
Wihbey, I get Wihbey, and it's Lebanese descent. It would be if you were Arabic, you would say Wihbey. But if you're Canadian, American, you're just going to say Wihbey. So that's how it goes.
Okay. Well, at least I don't have to say sorry because I pronounced it right?
Sorry is fine with me as well.
Yeah.
I'll stick with sorry.
So I was really excited to get on a call with you. One of the reasons is the first time I saw you on Zoom, I saw a guitar in your background, and I'm a musician. First and foremost, that's why I get so excited with this podcast stuff, is because I get to get back into audio engineering a little bit. So I'm curious, like, I know this isn't part of our topic, but like, tell me about that background. You got something artistic going on with you.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to guitar, I absolutely suck. I don't even know how to do a single strum. I used to be an actor, and I had a roommate. This was a couple years back, and I remember just suggesting one day, man, I'd love it if I could play his guitar in my resume. And my roommate, as a quirky Christmas gift, got me a guitar, and I spent 2 days trying to learn how to play. The tips of my fingers were killing me, and never learned. I did play drums growing up. I'm very much musically inclined. I do have an artistic background in that regard, obviously specifically acting and performance, which I think if you've seen any of the productive videos that we do, I think a lot of my creative side comes out there. It's a passion of mine. I sing.
Okay.
But that guitar is strictly to make me look cool. Sometimes the beard isn't enough. I'm glad that you noticed it and you're like, wow, this guy's got a story. The story is I'm terrible at guitar, but what do you play yourself?
A guitar, bass, mandolin, violin. Yeah. My parents had me playing when I was 4. Yeah. I grew up in it. Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Unfortunately, my first initial thought was to get the guitar, but no, it would not go well. The ratings would plummet.
Well, it does in fact make you look cool. So
yeah, for sure.
You can check that box. Success.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
So, all right. So you're an actor. Have we seen you in anything?
So a lot of my work has been done in Canada from Toronto. So I've been in a lot of commercials. My biggest one was a McDonald's commercial. It was the first thing I landed within a couple of weeks of having an agent. Now, I always wanted to be an actor growing up. Loved the performance element of it, but I was terrible. I would go into a room sweating profusely, just trying to remember my lines. As the years went on, it just took life experience. And the more life experience I got, the better of an actor I think I became. Not just an actor, presenter. I mean, you talk about when I got into the corporate world, being able to do public speaking, all of that, including any sort of the creative realms and artistry that people go through, expressing themselves gives them more confidence. And that's where acting took me in that regard. I'm in a lot of shows on Netflix as bearded hipster bartender, but nothing that I'll suggest any of you watch, just because if you watch closely enough in certain shows, you'll just be like, that's the guy from Productive. But I'm in some big shows, just nothing I care to disclose, because it's just me shaking drinks and all that and serving it to different people. So pretty small stuff, but wonderful experience to do.
That's really cool. I'm going to keep an eye out now for every single bartender I see on TV.
That could be him. Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. And to continue this rabbit trail, I was just talking to talking to someone the other day who she did acting through school, through college. And I mean, never pursued an acting career or anything, but did, drama and plays and stuff. And I'm like, man, that is such a transferable skill in our industry. Like, we are, especially scripting, like a lot of people struggle with scripts. Like, people who have done acting, they have no struggle with scripts. They're able to to internalize it way quicker and way easier than just your average agent.
And even improv is such a big component of that. When I look into the business world, so we were at Mega Camp a couple months back, and we're interacting with a lot of different agents. We're doing presentations, so we're doing demos live with people. Sometimes you get another group member that joins you while you're doing an onboarding or while you're demoing the product, and you have to be light on your feet. That's what really acting, I would say, for anybody that, do you guys have Toastmasters?
We do have Toastmasters. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a great alternative. I mean, I've heard about Toastmasters. I know people that have done it. My Toastmasters has been acting. As a young man growing up, doing the, working with different acting coaches, doing classes, improv, even theater training. It 100% it prepares you for being an absolutely better business person. I could absolutely see it transferring to being a better realtor, just because of the amount of communicating you have to do with different types of people, communicating in different ways. It's important. So whether it's Toastmasters or any sort of public presentation of communication, acting for myself has been a gift, honestly. And it's just so much fun to me. I don't think I would find Toastmasters as fun for myself. But again, I think any realm that people take to enter and develop their speaking skills, their improvisation skills being huge, just allows you to be more adaptable on your feet in any circumstance. Even when stuff hits the fan, you're able to react accordingly, more thoughtfully. You'll know how to address all these thoughts going on in your head. You'll be like, it's a mess right now. But again, you're able to understand the process of taking a situation, breathing, and then delivering whatever the thought is. So a lot of lessons to be learned in that regard.
Absolutely. So that being said, how did you go from acting to technology? Like I don't see the connect.
There's zero connection. It's fascinating. So my gift has always been communication, in terms of selling myself, in terms of just being able to understand, what a company is offering in terms of a product or service and how to communicate it. I don't believe in the word sales. I'm much more a proponent of being an ambassador. I've always found a real struggle to sell something that I don't see the value in, that me personally as a consumer, I'm like, I don't think this would work for me. As an actor, I'll put myself in that consumer mindset. Okay, what can this do for me? And it's a much easier sell to people when you just say, okay, what's your pain point? How can I solve it for you? So it always came from a performance aspect, starting as an actor, got slowly into the corporate world. It was always marketing, junior marketing role, marketing manager. From there, I started working with more, higher level management executives. I've worked in the oil industry. I've worked in nonprofits, a lot of nonprofits. Slowly took me into telecommunications as a project manager, working my way up the proverbial corporate ladder, good communication, good problem solving skills. And then through that, it just led me into the startup atmosphere, first for a tech company here in Toronto that was gamifying Taekwondo. Imagine Street Fighter in real life, where if I hit you as hard as I could, your power would decrease on a screen.
What?
Yeah. And so from that realm of Taekwondo, again, it was in the startup environment. I ended up, again, it was always about communication, reaching out, looking at other opportunities. And I ended up with Productive Call Assistant. My partner, the CEO and founder, Enlai Chu, had an extensive history in telecommunications. I had worked for a telecommunications company, and really it was just my creativity and saying how I can work with him, what I see as the vision of this product. And we've worked together again for now 3 years exactly. We've been partners in this. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Happy anniversary. And what?
I guess so. Yeah, it'll be the end of next month. I guess anniversary. I don't know how I do that with my CEO there. That'll be interesting. Maybe we should have a bottle of champagne, but
get him some flowers. Yeah.
Flowers. Yeah. Romance. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. We're celebrating because really what we're doing again. So going as from an actor to what I'm doing now as the head of product is, again, I look at myself, the term evangelist. I'm a product evangelist to tell people that we are solving cognitive overload, right? This is applicable to anybody. It doesn't have to do with business. Doesn't even have to do with if you have a CRM. It doesn't have to do with your realtor. Instagram, phone conversations, iMessages, voice notes, notifications on your screens, Amber Alerts. There's so much data that we're getting served, and we don't have a way to automate it, to segment it, to put it where it needs to go quickly, because there's just so much more data always coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing, and we're starting with the phone call. And that's just where the essence of our vision is based, is that we are beginning with your current cell phones, your current cell phone number, and we're making it completely stress-free. And again, we're going to go into depth of that now, or we can do that later. But in terms of where I came as an actor and where I am now, it was always about understanding how what we do can make people's lives better.
Mm.
And that's it. That's all that we do, are looking to reduce, starting with the phone call. And again, this will evolve to so many other things, communication elements. You talk about Zoom, you talk about all these different elements of communication that you have, to reduce the sheer stress of engaging with so much technology and data on a daily basis. So, yeah.
So I think there is massive value in so much you just said. Like, we could end the call right now and there would be sufficient value, but there's more that we want to get into. I think there's so many good things. Like, you're coming from contribution initially. Like, this is, you want to help people. And that's the best sale ever, right? It's not that I'm selling you something. I am helping you achieve something that you otherwise couldn't, right? And so that's what I saw in Productive. That's why I hit you up. I'm like, we have to have a conversation about this. So go into more detail about it now. How does it help people?
So let me give you a real fun example. When I joined initially, and I was learning the product, I mean, I don't have an in-depth development background. I do now. I'm practically a developer at this point. I used to. You're not single. You're married?
In the process of divorce, but yeah.
Great. This is totally applicable.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to cut this or not, but we'll go down this road.
No, we'll roll with it.
We'll roll with it. So I'm single. I've been single my whole life. Not that I don't want something serious. Ladies, hit me up. But again, I'm in Canada. And no, I'm not doing the green card thing. I want love. I want Disney love. But I've dated a lot. And again, if anyone out there listening to this, if you've dated and you've used dating apps, you probably know where I'm going with this. It is exhausting.
Yeah.
You know, for the first day that you're on it, you're like, wow, it's just all these options at your fingertips. You know, it's a pretty cool thing that you could meet people that you've never thought you would meet, and you would certainly never meet given your current lifestyle. So I would date a lot. I would save all these phone numbers. I would have phone calls. I'd go on dates. And over time, as you're doing this more and more, and you get used to it, you know what pictures you should be posting and what order, you know what angles attract the most people to you. It's a very weird system to be a part of, but if you're in it, you're in it. It's a part of our society. The sheer amount of data, and I use that term data because it's what it is, you know, oh, was she vegan? Oh, does she have a dog? What was her dog's name? Oh, she's gluten-free. There's a lot of data. So I remember when I joined Productive, I said, you know, this would be great for people who are just dating. I'm like, forget the business element of it. And I started using Productive for this exact reason, to just take notes. Now, there's call recording and transcription, which we offer. It's customizable. You can record both sides. One side, you could just choose not to record. It's not about that idea of like, oh, I'm recording my dates. No, I actually never, ever once did, because again, if you're recording both sides, you disclose that you're recording the call. No girl wants to hear that when they're calling you a first time. So I started taking some basic notes, and it's not to be creepy. It's not to serve as an addict to dating. It's to really better engage with people. This is applicable in the business world. It's applicable in the dating world. You cannot, and no one can be expected to recall everything they speak of on the phone every single day. It's impossible. Yep. There is a study, I forget the name of the theory, but we only retain 50% of the data that we get within 24 hours. The rest of it, and usually it's the smaller stuff that's not important, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then I think even the next day you lose an additional 25%.
Yeah. It sounds a little inflated. I mean, when I think
Yeah,
of
no,
my
it's-
memory.
Yeah, it sounds inflated. Well, I guess when they talk about key data, when you remember the key points of your
Yeah.
conversation. So, and it's absolutely applicable. It's applicable to the dating world. It's applicable to the business world. It's applicable to your personal life. When your mother calls you and you're going over next week for Thanksgiving and she says, don't forget to bring gravy, you know, making that note in productive is automatic. I don't have to remember anything. I don't have to write anything down. I just say, remember to take gravy next Thursday to mom's. And it's there. I
That's
don't
incredible.
have to remember the gravy. As you can tell, I've had like a scarring experience with this. It's never business. When I talk about the benefits of productive, I'm going to be like, no, it's about gravy. It's about dating. Because my life is obviously to be an evangelist for our product. But when it comes to realtors, who are the biggest part of our market right now, you're doing a showing. You have leads calling you about a property you're selling, and you don't want to be rude. You need to attend to the client in front of you. You want to, oh, you're interested in this property. Great. Let me send you a welcome email tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye. And now it's in your task list and you're done. You could throw your phone in the ocean and I can go into command afterwards. Oh yeah, I got to send this guy a welcome email. That's the simplicity of what we do, is just identifying key notes, tasks, the follow-ups, call recording and transcription. Again, that's risk management. So protecting yourself. Again, dating world, probably not applicable. Realtors, hugely applicable. Risk management, you know all about that. I won't go too far into that term, but hugely applicable to what we do. And we do it with your current cell phone number. No VoIP, no additional phone numbers, just your cell phone number. And now all this magic around it. So in that long breath, again, it's about simplifying the stress, those menial data entry tasks, removing all of it from your entire life if you choose, or just from your business life.
Yeah. I love the dating comparison, because I've been like, I'm getting back to the game, and I go to a buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, it's been like 12 years. I don't know I don't even know how to date. Like when I was dating, online dating was like a last ditch effort, right? That was your Hail Mary. Now it's just the norm. And I'm like, I don't get how this works. He's like, bro, it's just lead gen. It's just lead gen. Like that's all it is.
It's lead.
Oh,
here's tip of advice. Anybody watching, I don't want to label myself a connoisseur of online dating. Now I've given it up. I have stopped because I did too much of it. I know when I need a break, but the keys to being successful in online dating, again, pictures are a big thing. And I'm not going to advise on don't post shirtless selfies. Just don't do it. Family picture with an animal. Those are standard things. No problem. But if you want to stand out, if you want to make a good impression, send voice notes. Send them an introductory hello. Where did you visit in Europe? Maybe they had a picture of somewhere in Europe and you want to know more, but then be brave, send a voice note. You learn so much about somebody's voice. All right. From there, I guarantee you the response is going to be, wow, you're the first person that's ever sent me a voice note. That generally is what happens, because men in particular, I won't speak for women, they don't generally take that step to put themselves out there with a voice note. Most men will just write. They'll probably copy and paste. I used to do that way back in the day in the infancy of online dating. I'd copy and paste responses because it was too much. So stand out, do the voice notes. They're there, and be brave, and see if they want to do a phone date or a FaceTime date. Or again, in a lot of the new apps, they have a video function. So no one has to give out their phone number. It makes everyone feel safe. They have some games that you can play, like cue cards, where you answer questions together. You have to be brave. You have to get to that step really quickly of just engaging on the phone or on a video to just get rid of all the nonsense of asking, what's your favorite color? And have an in-depth conversation for 5 or 10 minutes. And you'll know if this is someone you want to date. So that's how that's how you become efficient with it. Lead gen is great, but you want quality leads. And the way to do that is to have more engaged conversation really quickly. That's our talk today for Dating 101 with Joseph. Take care. Best of luck to everybody.
So it's so funny because we're hitting all these weird topics. So we're totally going off the rails here, but it's all applicable, right? This all goes back to really our our number one thing in real estate, which is lead gen, right? I mean, let's be honest, we're going into a shifting market right now. And like, if we have to have the conversation of go do your lead gen, then you've already failed as a realtor. And so what I love about this conversation, we're assuming you're already doing your lead gen, right? And then this is kind of a level up for your lead gen, right? So give me like back to the basics. Like, what is productive? Like, is this a phone app? Is it a physical device? Is it a desktop app? What is it?
So we call it the productive call assistant. We also refer to it as productive calls because these calls that you're now making are productive. It's a simple plugin for your current cell phone calls, right? No VoIP, no Twilio numbers, nothing. Your cell phone that you've been using potentially for years, decades, the same cell phone number that everybody has, nothing changes about it. It adds a whole bunch of magical features to your calls, right? So call recording and transcription, the benefits of that are very obvious. You could, protect yourself. You could, again, if you wanted to learn about how you're communicating with people, you could always review the conversation. You could search by keywords. Oh, they said something about their pre-approval number. What was it? I could type in pre and it'll take me to that part of the transcript. I could play the audio from there. Automated note taking. So when you're in a call, there's a bunch of different note-taking functions that we have, but you could do these quick note-taking functions to make note of what's being said quickly. Quickly is the important term here. Do it quickly, discreetly. So when you're done the call, you're done. You don't have to remember anything. We'll remember it for you. You don't have to remember a thing. Tasks. I need to send them a welcome email. I need to send them comparable listings. I need to go put a lockbox on their door tomorrow. So getting these things out of your head during the conversation, even after the conversation. When the call finishes, again, your cell phone call, when it's done, if you want to be hands-free, you want to be on Bluetooth, you want to be golfing, walking the dog, we have the post-call assistant. So you just let the other party hang up. Say, goodbye, Chris. Goodbye. I'm just going to wait for you to hang up because I'm working on my 9-iron.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, had a great call with Chris. He's interested in buying a 2-bedroom condo. I need to send him a welcome email this afternoon. I say the words goodbye. Call hangs up. That post-call summary is transcribed. Again, if I connect it to my command, my CRM, everything, the call details, the date, time, the duration, call recording and transcription, if I choose to record the call, the notes, the tasks, all automatically logged to your CRM, right? And if it's a lead, again, the exact same scenario where you're busy, maybe you're doing a showing, and that call ends, whenever you're ready to look at your phone, you see a pop-down notification, and in a single one tap, it'll automatically be added to command with all those items with one tap to add it as a lead to command. One single tap, and then that's an absolute guarantee. One tap to add it to your CRM. And on top of that, professional call greetings. Hello, Chris, connecting you to Joseph from Productive. This call is being recorded for note-taking purposes. Or in my example, as I do with mine, this call is being recorded because my memory sucks.
Yeah.
Completely customizable. We want to make things as customizable for our users as possible. And that's what it is. A lot of people in the past, oh, it's an app. Oh, I have to learn it. Because listen, realtors have enough to learn. And I really do sympathize because there's always these platforms. There's always ways that things are going to help. You go to a trade show, you see all this great technology. We've got to learn it. I can absolutely guarantee that we have a method with Productive where if you connect your phone number to the Productive engine, you don't have to use the Productive app. You never have to open the app. It doesn't need to be open.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Never have to use it. I always like leading with that.
Yeah, that's
once
really
it's set
cool.
up, it is, because there's a fear there, and it's totally understandable. It's the same with data. Oh, I got to go to this seminar. I'm going to learn. I have to learn all these things and remember. I got to take notes on a pad of paper. We hate paper. Throw it out.
Yeah.
Right. That we're getting rid of the note-taking process in that regard, and we're reinventing it because we don't want people to feel that they have to go into an app to do work. No. Use the post-call assistant. You never have to touch your phone. That means when a call ends, you just summarize everything. Speak the tasks. We will capture it, put it in your task list. Done. Nothing else needs to be done. Oh, you want to add it to the CRM? One tap. You don't have to enter the app. It's a pop-down notification, native in iOS or Android. You don't have to do anything. So the simplicity of saying it's a plugin as opposed to Productive app, which it is www.productive.app. If you want to learn more about us, it is Productive app, but you don't need to use the app to appreciate and benefit from all of the features that we offer. So it is long-winded, and I apologize because Productive does so much, but from a simplistic standpoint, it's just a companion for your current cell phone calls, and it does a hell of a lot of wonderful things.
That's really cool. And I love that you made that point, and I love that you made it that it's just a plug-in, and rather than having to go through the app to do anything, to do everything rather, right?
Yeah.
Barrier of entry. Have you read Platform Revolution?
No.
So that's a good one. Really the objective is to reduce the barrier of entry, reduce as much friction to get into the platform as possible. And it sounds like you've done a great job at doing that.
It's funny. The one methodology we heavily focus on with our team, our developers, we will sit on calls when we're doing product development. We will discuss, research and feedback from our users. And one of the biggest things we always concern ourselves with, how can we reduce clicks? How many things do I need to do to get data, all that great information where I need it to go? In the case of Productive, completely hands-free. Or in the case of adding a new lead to your CRM, one tap, one single click for that data, the notes, tasks, recording, transcriptions, and all that stuff in one single tap. That's our goal. We always want to find a way. Oh, they got to click this twice. Is there a way we can make it a single click or no click at all, which is like the post-call assistant? Just speak it into existence. So it's interesting you say that, but we follow that type of methodology. We want our users to do as little work as possible. That's really our goal.
And I think what probably surprised me is equally as how great the functionality is of this app is how much you guys charge for it. Like that blew my mind.
Yeah.
You got to take a drink before presenting that one, right?
I got to think like, wait a minute. Are we raising our prices right now? No. We were at Mega Camp. Now we have a great partnership with KW, and the pricing for KW users right now, of course, we hope to keep offering this at the price point it's at is $15 a month. I would guesstimate 60 to 70% of people that came by our booth said, that's it. What's the catch? There is no catch. The catch is that it's using your current cell phone number. We're not selling you anything more. Now, regular price is $29 a month. We always advertise as $1 a day. Even that's a steal, because when you think about, in this perspective, we'll talk about leads. Every lead that you miss, and every realtor, I believe, and every business person out there, there's always been leads that you've mishandled. That if you had sent the email at the right time after they first called you or you first called them, if you sent that email or the follow-up 5 days later when they requested that you call them back. Every lead that you miss, again, you could put a number on it. A couple $100, could be thousands of dollars, could be the sale of a home. You're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. For less than $1 a day, in this case, for a command user, so we have a partnership with KW, exclusive pricing in the KW Command Marketplace. You can sign up 30 days free. It's a month-to-month subscription. No need to worry about, again, being locked into anything if that's a concern. That it's 50 cents a day to completely automate, to even, it's funny, the other day I was thinking, man, how much does a pad of paper cost? Because I actually haven't bought like a notebook in a while. Do you have any idea?
I have no idea, actually.
Like a standard pad of paper, right?
I do everything digitally, so.
Okay. Yeah, standard pad of paper, it's got to be, I don't know, $3-4. I don't know. I'm being very conservative maybe, but so like you take that out of the equation, you start saving some money just in that regard when you talk about just the actual materials needed for you to take notes the old school way. Then the time it takes for you to, one, find that paper when you're referring to, I talked to that guy yesterday. Where's that? We had a KW user. I did a testimonial with him the other day. He was showing me his pad of paper, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And he was trying to find the example of a note he took the other day. He's flipping through papers, His desk was covered in papers. Oh my God, that gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
So the time we're saving there, again, you could always add that into the benefits, again, the return on investment that anybody makes when they use productive calls. You save a lot of time, and 50 cents a day, it is a no-brainer, but again, it has to serve somebody. For a lot of users, they only use productive because they want to protect themselves. There's certain states where they're required to record everything, including like all of their communications have to be documented. They just love it for the call recording functionality because no other app in the world allows you to use your current cell phone calls and record them and do it the way we do it, where you can segment your phone contacts, CRM contacts, and unknown callers. You can treat them all differently. And you could even treat individual contacts. I want to always record my lawyer. I never want to record Chris. You can choose and customize the way that works for you. So it's a great deal. I mean, in terms of like the cost, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. Yeah.
And I'm like, and for our listeners or viewers, I'm not here to sell you a product. We're really here to educate. I just wanted to make that point because I just think somewhere along the line, someone like did their math wrong, and decided to sell this for $15 a month for people in KW.
Believe me and my CEO, we looked at each other like, I think we made a mistake.
Yeah.
but that's the partnership in particular. Again,
yeah,
we've had such a great experience with KW and their users and their agents. And it's like, we want that. We want it to be a no-brainer. This doesn't have to do with money at this stage. Again, it's that our bigger vision of solving this huge problem, which absolutely you research cognitive overload. I'm not going to say like, we're solving something simple like note taking. No. We're going way beyond that. It's not just about that. It's about reducing stress. It's about taking all of this inundation of data in our lives everywhere and just starting to simplify it.
That's massive.
As we have digital sales things popping, sale, buy 50% off. No, none of that.
Yeah.
It's a very simple, again, the benefit to users, as I like to describe, how it's helped my dating life.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you need it? What do you need it to refine your note-taking process, to organize yourself? Productive can do that. Do you need reminders, tasks? I always forget to do my follow-ups. Great. We have task identification. Want to protect myself, risk management, call recording and transcription. I want to make my leads feel more welcome with the call greeting. Hello, Joseph, connecting you to Chris from Keller Williams. Oh,
yeah.
hit me right in the feels.
Yeah.
Or you could also modify it in a way to do, hello, Joseph, connecting you to the #1 realtor in North America. This call may be recorded for note-taking purposes if you're recording. So you can just brand yourself. You can do so much with it. And there's a benefit. Again, talk about the cost benefit of each of those things. Again, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Now, is the welcome recording, or like when they, this call is being recorded, is that your voice, or is that like a digital voice?
It's like a oh God, if I say it, it's like a Siri.
Yeah.
Did it that word? Oh no, God, I hate it. Every time I have to say that, or hey Google.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll even say on that, and this is a pain point. We had a realtor that said, I use, I constantly tell Siri or Google that remind me to do this, remind me to do that. I'm like, we call that double data entry, because you spoke about it, and now you have to turn and talk to something else. Now, I'm not saying it's hugely inconvenient. I love when I'm cooking, Google's my savior. Timer 10 minutes, fantastic, love it.
Yeah.
But what we want to address is the source of the data. So every voice note that you make, if you're using the Productive app, every post-call summary, every voicemail for call recording and transcription, there's the transcription component of it, the notes, the tasks. There's also the audio playback. So you have this robust amount of data. Even if you do something on Siri or Google, sometimes things are misspelled. It just is what it is. The transcription is not perfect. Leading industry standard, 89%, I believe, accuracy. So we're trying to get users to not do double data entry. Oh, you told me something? I need to go type it into my CRM. I'm driving. I'll do it when I'll pull over. I'll take a note on my paper. Now I got to take this paper, put it into my CRM, or just refer back to it. It's double data entry. We want you to say it in the motion of natural conversation. I want to not worry about the work. I want to worry about, Chris, what do you need? What kind of home do you want? Back to dating, listening, not trying to remember all these silly, just engaging. And that, when you talk about lead gen, you talk about quality of lead. You have 1,000 leads in your funnel, but you want to qualify them. You want to qualify them quickly. When are you looking to sell? Are you working with a realtor? All these important questions.
Yeah.
You need the valuable data, and you don't need to, you need to not worry about where that data is going. Oh, am I going to forget this?
Yeah.
Nope. So that's the trick. Quality leads, quality dating leads, quality life information, mom, the grandparents, if they're still alive, recording their voices. I lost both my grandparents about 4 years ago. They were very, they had long lives. I cherish the fact that I actually recorded some of those calls. I'm not trying to turn it into a sympathy story. You need this to record your family members, but it does that.
Yeah.
Does it for everything.
That's cool. Now, what's one feature that you wish people would use more often?
To be honest, it's our brand new feature that is kind of mind blowing to me. We call it productive quick actions. So this is the component of productive where you never enter the app. Now, the post call assistant, awesome. You want to be driving and doing stuff. You don't want to touch your phone. You just wait for the other party to hang up. Awesome. But now these quick actions, you push the notification when you're ready, and it'll be there whenever you want to look at your phone. And you'll see like the call summary. It says those are the transcript available because I recorded both sides. 2 tasks were identified. Great. It's in my task list already. It's this confirmation. So for example, a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from my mechanic. Like, oh, you due for an oil change. Okay, great. What time can you come in next week? They suggest like Monday at 9 a.m. I was like, okay. Now, like, I'm driving. And I'm going somewhere where I had to, like, I don't have any time to like take note. Not that it was like crazy important. I was going to the gym. Okay. Chill. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to like stop going, I'm in my rhythm. I want to go, pump some iron. I'm not thinking about, oh yeah, I got to put this in my calendar right now or anything like that. No, they told me what time. I said, great. When I looked at my phone later on, I'm like, the confirmation was there of my call, the task, the date. No, this isn't a CRM thing. This is just for my life.
Yeah.
Now I know, oh, next Monday at 9 a.m., go get an oil change. Like that confirmation pop down. So imagine every cell phone call you have now, the same cell phone call you've had for 20, 30 years, 40, 50, whoever's watching this. Now there's this layer of like confirmation of everything about that phone call. And then if I hold it down, I have quick actions. Add an additional note, add a task, open a productive workspace. If you have a CRM connected, if you have Command, instantly add all of that data to Command instantaneously. That is, and again, we're sending it's fairly new. We unveiled it for the first time at the Mega Camp event. But that's the feature I think that's really a big home run for us because we could do so much with it as well. The types of automations we're going to be coming out with on that are huge. Instantly in a single tap, doing your work, but getting the confirmation of that call is just like, for me, I'm just like, even if it's a call from my mom, I get a pop down like, oh yeah, I said I was going to go take out the garbage or for her or whatever it is. It's so cool to see this extra layer of data on my cell phone calls. Very simply, that's it. Post call assistant is amazing, but even if you use the post call assistant, you speak some tasks, now you get this pop down that just confirms your entire existence. You're like, it's just a fulfilling thing where you're like, oh my God, everything I just talked about is confirming that productive remembers it. Stress-free. Oh, I don't have to worry about the number they just said. It's there. I love it. It's just a thing that like I'm in love with because I use it. And for me, it's an absolute game changer, let alone everything else we do that I believe is game changing. But this, it's a companion. You don't have to do anything to make that happen. Don't use the app. Don't worry about learning anything, people. It's just this beautiful companion. Yeah.
So Joseph, we're going to set up a special link so that people can get to you guys. So productiveapp.leveragestrong.com. You'll be able to get to Productive. And such a cool product. I just think it's so cool. So Joseph, say someone wanted to reach out to you. They had some questions about it. Wanted to see if this was the right solution for them. How could they get in touch with you?
Yeah, a few different ways. So again, you can visit us at www.productive.app, or again, at the link that Chris just suggested there that you'll see on this the post. You could also find us on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, Productive Call Assistant. You could also reach out to our team at info@productive.app. Again, if you're a brokerage and you want to talk about it for your team, we always do live demos as well. So if you wanted to set up some time where we can get on with you, walk you through the integration, we have a ton of great videos that walk you through the command integration itself, all the feature videos. And again, just to reiterate, I understand, and I've heard about it so much, the stress that realtors have with how much they manage. They're managing emotions. They're therapists. I mean, they're getting calls in the middle of the night because people, again, it's their livelihood when they're buying a home. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of stress. And Productive is a companion for you. It is an app. You download it. You set up your call. You set up your cell phone calls to run through Productive. Number never changes. But again, once it's set up the way you want it, completely customizable, it's just an angel in the background doing all this work for you. So we invite everyone to try it out. 30 days for free, no commitment necessary. If you're a Command user, it's in the KW Command Marketplace. Again, 30 days free. It's a month-to-month subscription. Regular price is $29 per user. If you are a Command user, you connect your KW Command CRM. It is $15 a month.
So for Command users, KW family, you just have to go through the Command Marketplace.
Yeah.
And that's how you get that discount. So that's awesome. Joseph, we have learned how to be better actors. We've learned how to be better daters. And we've gotten some, heard some about your thing too. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's been really cool. I appreciate your time, man. And can't wait to get to know this product a little bit better.